Alright, so I may be wrong here. I'm not sure, and that's why I wanted to document this video. So, I'm sitting here in my room thinking about the kinds of things that I think about, and it occurs to me that, well, I'm thinking about things such as, time, space, negative energy, those kinds of thoughts. So, I'm trying to think where to start here. Okay, well, I read an article one day about negative energy, and it says that in a vacuum, when say there's two metal plates, if they touch each other, because I'm guessing that energy between the electrons on the outside and the protons in the nucleus, they want to attract. Now, in some way, they attract, but because the electrons are both on the outside, they repel. More than this. It's a very microscopic amount, but for all purposes, we'll say this much. So in that space, right here, it creates negative energy. And this is only in a vacuum. It is only between these two things when there is no other type of energy between this except for these two metal plates. So in this space, there's negative energy. And I read that they have discovered that in this space, light travels faster than the speed of light. So that means that if light travels faster than the speed of light in this space, when there's nothing else influencing it in negative energy, that means that the speed of light is not a universal constant for speed. There's many things suggesting this, and I can't reference them at this time, but if you were to look into this, negative energy creates a kind of space where light can travel faster than it's supposed to. So that means that if light can travel faster in that space, then wouldn't this prove the existence of dark matter? And I'm going to explain that. So, if on Earth, when there is particles, energy, all these things influencing a photon, why is it that it moves the same in this space on Earth when there is other factors influencing it than in space when there's a vacuum? No other particles, no other types of energy influencing it. How does it move the same speed? Wouldn't it move faster, therefore, because, there is nothing else influencing it? So that must mean there's something influencing it. So in the space of negative energy, nothing is influencing it, because in negative energy, it keeps out all other forms of particles. Between those two spots, it compresses the space, and it creates, negative vacuum sort. And it's so, if light is bent by objects that form gravity, and Einstein has proved that proves that there's a fabric of space-time, so to say. It's impossible to imagine a 3D model of that in which one thing influences everything else simultaneously. So we say it as a sheet. And when one thing is on it, it presses down, and so any light passing by goes into that well and is curved. So if light is curved in that space, should it not travel faster because it's traveling a shorter distance across that space? But it doesn't. So what influences that? So my theory is dark matter. And maybe not even necessarily dark matter, maybe another type of particle, or the God particle, the Higgs boson, whatever may be influencing this. I'm just saying it proves the existence. I'm not saying what it is, because I don't know. But to observe that in that space, light travels faster than the speed of light. We don't have any sort of technology to accelerate light faster than the speed of light. We can accelerate ourselves to the speed of light. We can accelerate particles, minuscule amounts, but we can't even accelerate those to the speed of light. So that means that in this vacuum scenario where there's negative energy, would that not suggest that light itself wants to travel faster than the speed of light? And that goes to say that between, in negative energy, it pushes out the dark matter. I'm not sure how to explain that, but just that light in that space wants to travel faster. Light always wants to travel faster than the speed of light, but there is always something influencing it except in negative energy. So that means that if light wants to travel faster than the speed of light, there is always something influencing it. And then we can see that if light travels faster there, travels the same speed on Earth, the same speed in space, that must mean there's always something there except in negative energy. If there's always something there, even in a vacuum with no energy and no particles, then what is there? Dark matter. Some sort of energy. Some sort of hidden thing that we don't know about, that I believe this proves it. And I don't know all the proper terminology for it. I don't know a great amount of physics, but I have studied a certain amount of quantum mechanics and all these things. And as I'm pondering this, it occurs to me that if it can travel faster in that space, there's nothing influencing it. But because we didn't accelerate it faster than that speed, because we don't have the technology to do that, it's impossible for us to accelerate anything past the speed of light, even to the speed of light. That means that light itself wants to travel faster. Well, if light wants to travel faster, something's always preventing it from doing that. And it's just as if we were saying, the fastest car ever made goes roughly 700 miles per hour. Well, that doesn't mean we can't make a faster car. That just means that's the fastest speed that we know of. So that proves a larger, possibly no limit on speed for a universal constant. Like, there would be no universal constant, or it would be higher than what we've proven before. If light itself chooses, obviously it has no consciousness, doesn't decide to, but if light on its own moves faster than that, and will continue to move faster than that, then that means there is either no global, universal constant, or it's higher than the speed of light. And so I'm not sure on this. I wanted to submit this idea because I think I may be onto something. So please let me know. And I know it may sound ridiculous,